guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing another episode of We Need to Talk, and we have a very special guest, someone I love so much, and we have Anam with us. Hi Anam.
Hi, how are you?
I am great, guys. Today is a weird day for both Anam and I. We actually shot this video earlier and my card crashed and I lost all of my footage. So after a lot of days of trying to match our schedules, we're finally together. But I'm glad that we are because I love talking to her anyway. And yeah, today we're both kind of like in a weird space. I'm gonna get started with the questions like Seedha. So first question is more like an introduction. So इस series में मैं क्या करती हूँ ना, generally I make my guests introduce themselves because I want to know from you who is like Anam Chashmawala as like the person, and then who are you as the blogger and creator. Like, is there a difference between the two, or like what is it like? So I just want an introduction for like both of your worlds.
That's actually a really good question. I'm Anam Chashmawala. I'm a blogger. I'm a full-time content creator. I've been doing this for almost 9 years now actually. I'm a baby on YouTube. I'm just a couple of years old on YouTube, but I've been blogging for almost 9 years. I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a wife. I'm a cat mom. I'm someone who loves to spend my free time reading or binge watching something on Netflix. And am I the same person like as a blogger and in real life? I would say yeah. You know, हम जब बचपन में होते हैं हमको realize होता है at some point, मेरे साथ ये हुआ था कि यार मैं स्कूल में ऐसी हूँ, like with my friends I would kind of observe, and that's where I realized कि स्कूल में ही ऐसी है और फिर मैं जब उसके घर जाती हूँ तो इसकी personality थोड़ी सी alter हो जाती है. And I remember having this very deep conversation with my mother, and I was in the 4th standard when I had this conversation with my mom. I remember it so clearly. 4th standard में हम क्या 6, 7, 8 years के होंगे. 4th standard में. And I asked my mom, you know, that some of my friends become so like quiet or shy or defensive around their like families. And I realized that I'm actually the same person. Like, what you see is what you get, to a fault even sometimes, because I'm very buck offline also, just the way I am online. But like, मुझे जो बोलना होगा मैं जिस तरह candidly कैमरा पे बोल देती हूँ ना, जैसे कोई है नहीं, मैं कैमरा से ही बात कर रही हूँ, मैं वैसी in real life भी हूँ, where to a fault I'll just like say what I really have to say. So that's who I am. It's a good thing or bad thing, I don't know, but जो है वो बोल.
ये मेरे साथ छोटे में होता था. Like when I was very young, I was in school. So तब my mother has like one day she like sat me down and told me that Shraddha, sometimes when you say things, they don't necessarily get taken the way you said them. And I know that you don't mean any harm, but you need to understand कि सबका frequency same नहीं होता है. So ever since that conversation, I've tried to be very like even if I'm speaking my mind, I'm making sure that I'm like people are able to like understand what I'm saying also, because not everyone's gonna get like in a moment. Although that's not true for Anam and I, because the day we spoke to each other properly, we were like, I get it, I get what you're saying. So that has been
with the same person. That's what I realized, because हम बैठे थे shoot करने के लिए for like a video on my channel, which is also live on my channel. Before we started filming that video, we spoke for like 1.5, almost 2 hours, and then we realized कि shoot तो हमने शुरू किया ही नहीं है.
So I'm gonna move on to the next question because we've already like spoken so much, which is amazing. Okay, have you ever had body image issues? I'm directly throwing the question out there.
I was a very skinny girl, okay, in like school and college. And I'm not saying that I was healthy or anything. Of course, even today I feel like being fit is a journey, being healthy is a journey, and we need to constantly do our bit. But I was really skinny, and I was very openly made fun of for it, you know, because I was this skinny girl with boobs. I bloomed very well, I guess, from that point. But like even little things, like when we were in school, you know, हम वो game खेलते थे चिड़िया उड़ी and plane उड़ी and that kind of stuff, and then it would be like Anam उड़ी, and there was this one other girl in my class, Neha, who was also as skinny as I was. And you know, we would be like, oh, Neha and Anam are the only ones who are like उड़ी, and sure, it's funny and we laughed about it. But somewhere वो कहीं जाकर बैठ गया मेरे दिमाग में. And then it kind of turned over, because once I turned 24, 25. I'm 29 now. I feel like my metabolism just snapped. I suddenly gained a lot of weight. And not to say that I was overweight or inches this or anything. I don't want to go by the conventional measures at all. But what did happen was that suddenly my usual shopping style and clothes and everything kind of had to morph my new shape. My shape entirely changed. I'm happy because I'm still curvy, but the curves, just the areas around those curves were different, and it took me some time to get used to it and get comfortable with it. Today I'm very comfortable with it, but it took time to get here. You know what I mean? So I feel like now I get comments like lockdown के टाइम पे तो मैंने काफ़ी weight gain कर लिया और मुझे अब comments आते हैं Instagram पर you're pregnant, you're not telling people you're pregnant. अरे what is this conventional stereotypical nonsense, शादीशुदा हूँ, थोड़ा सा weight gain हो गया है, हाँ पेट पे चला गया है मेरा weight, doesn't mean I'm pregnant. You know what I mean?
It's not been too long, whatever. But Instagram is
नहीं होता है.
Instagram is so full of shit sometimes because it's so wait my goodness. आपने पूरी बात सुनी, आपने कंटेंट देखा, आपने स्टाइल देखा, आपने मेकअप देखा, आपने स्किल देखा और आपने पूरे उसमें से क्या निकाला? वेट. आई वाज लाइक कि it पता है, it reflects. I really want to go out and say that it does not reflect on who you're talking about. It reflects on you, what you say and how you say it. Being concerned about something, or obviously if you know someone, if you like someone and if they're like married or whatever, I get when people like want to see you like have a baby or something. That's a different sentiment. But ऐसे मतलब it's not polite is all I'm trying to say, and I hope you guys get that.
And what's really honestly sad, and I'm not stereotyping, I'm literally saying this basis observation. What's really sad is majority of the people who say these things that oh you're pregnant, are you pregnant, oh you've gained weight. I literally had an auntie I know who WhatsApped me a couple of days ago who was like, hey, are you off intermittent fasting because it looks like you've gained weight. But that's rude. You like, I don't even know what to say to you. And what's sad is so many of these comments are coming in from women, and that's just, it shocks me. I'm not saying don't criticize. I'm just saying criticize. I love constructive criticism because you're basically enabling me to do better, and I appreciate that always. But I'm saying there's a way of saying it. Like, I literally had someone go up in my DMs and I think I told you this when we filmed this last time. I literally had someone in my DMs saying, I know you can't say that you're pregnant, you must be in your first trimester, but from my end, congratulations. एक सेकेंड, पहले तो आप मुझे एम्बैरस कर रहे हो, फिर आप मेरी तारीफ करके मुझे कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट कर रहे हो, और मैं प्रेग्नेंट नहीं हूँ. मैं ऐसे भी अगर लेट्स से हाइपोथेटिकली मैं आगे जाके प्रेग्नेंट हुई भी, जब भी आई मेंट टू बी, इफ पीपल आस्क मी दैट आई एम प्रेग्नेंट ऑन सोशल मीडिया, मैं बस रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं करूंगी ना. यहाँ पे तो मैं सामने से आगे चीख चीख कर बोल रही हूँ, नहीं मैं मुझे वेट गेन हो गया है, मैं तो सामने से बोल रही हूँ मेरा लॉकडाउन वेट है ये. अब इससे आगे व्हाट डू आई डू?
Okay, so I want to know, Anam, now that apart from like the shape, because we discussed this earlier also, we had a long chat about this offline as well. I always, whenever I talk about body image and anything, I generally, people associate or people just think of the size of your body or maybe the shape of your body, and they only categorize this because for some reason we like to idealize problems also. Okay, there can only be this problem or there is no problem, which is something that's okay. We don't speak enough about it, so people don't know. Here we are starting this conversation. Body image, I know that you believe in it. It's beyond your shape and size. So has there been anything else that has ever bothered you apart from like your shape or size?
To be very honest, I never gave a crap, so I guess I never observed. You know what I mean? Like, हम जिस चीज़ को attention देना चाहते हैं हम उसे observe करते हैं. ये सारी चीज़ें about gaining weight, I realized myself, and that's why I started paying attention when people were also saying it and commenting on it and all of that. But if there was anything, I just don't think I ever put it on my radar. You know what I mean? Because I said this is inconsequential to me. I feel like if there's one thing that I have that has been consistent about me, even through my low phases mental health wise, the one thing that has been consistent for me is that I never gave a crap about what other people were saying. Like, if I knew I was in the right about something, and sometimes the perceptions could be wrong, or if I knew that I was doing the right thing, I was making the tough call of doing the right thing, I was okay with where I was, even though a lot of other people. I'll give you a very simple example, Shraddha, and this is like something that I've talked about briefly. But if you remember back in 2016, maybe 15, 16, Instagram का wave उस time पे शुरू हुआ था. And we was at that point of time, we were starting to see people who were hitting 50k followers and 80k followers and 100k followers. At that time was like the thing, right? And I remember I went through work-wise, I went through a very low period around that time, whether it was 2015 or 16, I'm slightly hazy on, because I was sitting there stuck at 20 or 30 or something thousand, which by itself is a great number. But seeing what was happening around with my peers, there were so many people who were suddenly gaining like 20 and 30,000 within like no time, and I was like, this is amazing. And they were also putting great content out there, so I want to give them credit for that. But it did take a toll on me from the point of view, I was like, am I doing something wrong? क्या मैं कुछ कम कर रही हूँ? क्या मैं कुछ ज़्यादा कर सकती हूँ? Eventually I just came to a point of understanding that I would rather stick to what I'm doing, what I'm good at, stand my ground, and have lesser followers. I'm okay with it. I'm someone who started blogging 9 years ago. I was born on Facebook. I literally wasn't born on Instagram. I was born on Facebook. And the whole period of transition of how content also changed over a period of time when Instagram took over, being the main platform that it is today. And I'm so happy to be on it and create all the content that I create. But I'm very grateful for the numbers I have on it even today. But it's taken a lot of effort, and it's taken a lot of me saying, don't think about the haters, or don't think about someone saying तेरे इतने कम followers क्यों हैं? Well, है because ये मैं हूँ. I can't be like someone else. ये मेरी मेहनत है, वो उसकी मेहनत है, ये मेरी मेहनत है. So that kind of stuff never bothered me.
I wanted to know, apart from like things that have happened in your past and things that continue to happen today, how do you address these issues? Like, I'm sure all of us are at this stage where we've accepted a lot of things, but there are things that still bother us because we're humans, right? So is there something specific that you do to address these issues, or like how do you deal with stuff online?
I want to be honest, and I'm not going to make it sound like, oh, I'm 100% comfortable with whatever people have to say. Of course, I don't care as much because, like I said earlier, I'm sure of what I'm doing and what I am. But yeah, there are those certain comments that get under your skin. Like when you're having a perfectly good day, and that one comment will be like, your makeup is so good, you do really need it after all. And a pinch will happen. I'm like, alright, backhanded compliment level 10. I'm like, ये क्या था? ये thank you बोलूं कि sorry बोलूं? मैं क्या बोलूं आपको? मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. But to be honest, I've realized that being a public figure, in whatever capacity we might be public figures in, it's a double-edged sword, and you have to take everything out there with a grain of salt. I always said that even when people compliment me, I don't take it very seriously, and I don't take it very seriously simply because I feel like superficial वाले compliments मुझे लग के नहीं होते. I just say thank you when it's done. The compliments that are about my personality stay with me. They motivate me. They help me. I feel like that's more important to me. You know what I mean? So because that's more important to me, I pay more attention to it. Do the other kind of comments pinch me every once in a while? Yes, of course they do. I'm a human being. Sometimes things hurt. But like I said, it's just one of those things on what you choose to focus on. So I'm gonna share something with you. I actually have like a set of screenshots on my phone, which are like really nice positive, not like just praising me type ka, actual positive good feedback kind of comments that are from across platforms, that I have screenshots on my phone that have been with me for years even. In fact मेरे पास hard drive पर भी कुछ बहुत ही ज़्यादा पुराने वाले comments saved है, stored है, screenshots उनके, because I feel like when you're really low, those are the things you want to go back and take a look at. So I'll go back and take a look at things like my meet and greet videos, or I'll go and take a look at photos of me with my followers. Those kind of things make me feel better. So yeah.
Tell me now, like I've heard, we've spoken a lot, and I asked this to a lot of other people also. Through all of your experiences and now understanding, and especially what you said right now, looking inwards, do you think this has boosted your confidence as a person and also as a professional in this industry or anywhere else actually? Has that affected? Has your idea of your own self, your own body image, has that kind of changed how you, like, I don't know, perceive situations, how you present yourself?
To be honest, I just think that what has happened is I've learned to be 10 times more empathetic than I thought I would be otherwise, than I probably would have been otherwise. You know what I mean? I feel like when you're in that position where you want people, when you want so many people to be empathetic and kind towards you, you also learn to be tenfold more kind to each person individually. So if there's a really big change that's happened, not even change, if there's really, it's a really big progress for myself is that happened, that I've learned to be even more empathetic than I was before. I've always been an oversensitive person to a fault again, but I've learned to try to work on myself, taking all those factors into consideration. I also want to say that it sounds a little weird, but I also want to say that because of the position we're in, we also sometimes get emails which are rather personal from so many people. Like I get a lot of emails from people sharing their love lives and their lives and problems and even happy times with me. Like I've literally helped select bridal outfits for certain followers via email, and I feel like that in itself, the weird thing is it makes you feel amazing, and it's an outer body experience of sorts, because you're like, wow, I could do that. And that can do two things. It can either make you really arrogant or it can humble you. In my case, I think, and I would like to think, and I think from what I get told often, is that it has humbled me even more. And I feel like I'm very grateful.
You know, I think in the way that it humbles you, it also kind of really gives you a clear idea of the kind of responsibility that you have and the impact of your words and your actions. I have a couple of more questions which kind of we've covered, so I'm going to just move on and like okay, so I want to know one more thing, because a lot of people ask me this personally on my profiles. Do you think it's what is your take on makeup? Like, do you think it's a necessity, like we have to wear makeup, or do you, like, how do you think of makeup? What is it that you actually feel about it?
You know, I'm so glad you put it like that. This is something that I'm always trying to say when I'm doing a makeup tutorial or when I'm doing a certain beauty content piece that I'm putting out. Makeup is great. It's meant to enhance your features. It's not meant to turn you into someone else, to look like someone else. Having said that, if you're fine with your features as they are, don't wear makeup. It is not a compulsion. I enjoy makeup. I enjoy playing with makeup. I think I'm confident enough by myself with or without makeup. Like 95% of the vlogs on my channel, because I vlog a lot, I'm completely makeupless, end to end. I'm wearing no makeup, and you can see my dark circles and pigmentation and acne marks and whatnot. I'm not wearing foundation today. I'm literally only wearing concealer and everything else. Like basically apart from, yeah, I'm wearing no foundation. Everything else is there. मैं बोल रही हूँ, बाकी सब है. But I feel like it's I sort of get why certain people might be like, oh, you're saying you need makeup to be comfortable in your skin. No, I'm saying if it makes you feel better, if it makes you feel more confident, if you enjoy playing with it, go for it. If you're fine by yourself and you don't find the need to wear makeup, don't wear it. They're both absolutely okay. Have I seen a difference in the way people take me seriously or don't take me seriously when I'm wearing makeup or not wearing makeup? Yes. The sad truth is I have. I usually, when I leave the house, I'll end up wearing a little concealer, basic makeup. And I have seen the difference literally at the same store when I have walked in well dressed and with a little bit of makeup on versus going completely barefaced and still well dressed. And I've seen how a salesperson will come to you and be like, let me carry that for you. I've noticed these things. I've gone to meetings with and without makeup and seen that it in your head it may not, but unfortunately in certain stereotypes it fits, or it looks, oh, you must be more sophisticated because you can wear makeup, and that's not true at all. But it has that thing. So does it make me feel better because of that? Yeah, I guess in a way makeup does make me feel better. It makes me more confident. But does that mean I'm not confident without makeup? No, it's not. So it's you finding your relationship with makeup. It's you finding your relationship with how you feel when you wear makeup. I mean, for some people concealer is enough. For some people a full face, a complete full coverage look is what they're looking for. So go with what makes you comfortable. Go with what makes you confident. That's where I am on makeup.
That is beautiful one, and that makes a lot of sense. And the reason that I use the word makeup or we're talking about makeup is because we do beauty. Again, I'm like reiterating that we primarily make makeup content or like skincare, beauty related things, right? And beauty is just a category. We're not talking like beautiful, sundar, not that. It's just the name of the category. Tell me, what's a regular day in your life like?
रेगुलर डे क्या होता है?
Somebody asked me कि आप वीकेंड पे काम नहीं कर रहे? I was like, हम freelancers हैं, हमारा वीकेंड नहीं होता है. Every day is the bloody same.
Every day is the bloody same and every day is not the same. That's the other side of it. The truth of the matter is that, like, even if you don't, like, I'm not considering like lockdown life, no 2 days are ever the same, and this is both good and bad. It's good because you're never going to get bored. As someone who has the attention span of an eyelash, I can tell you that I love the fact that every day has like new things different happening. The sad thing is that I'm also someone who likes routine and stability. So I'm always like juggling between these two extremes about my personality. And I mean, typically if I did have to break a few common things down, yeah, I will keep some. I keep about 2-3 times a day in bunches of like 5 to 10 minutes to respond to comments on YouTube. I do that a few times a day to make sure that nothing gets missed. I keep about 2 slots a day to work on emails and correspond with my team. I have a small little team. I'm based in Mumbai and I have a small little team of about 3-4 people. So we kind of like keep that slot of 1 or 2 times a day to coordinate. I usually land up obviously keeping a larger chunk of my day to either film or edit. If I'm not filming or not attending an event, then I'm editing. I do have a full-time editor, but I have an English channel. I recently launched my Hindi channel, and then there's Instagram. So there's a lot of things to be edited at all times. So I kind of like split that with him. Yeah, and if I have any free evenings or anything, I usually spend that time with my parents and my niece and nephew. That's my priority for where my free time goes. Varna, I'm sitting in the corner reading a book or watching something on Netflix.
Basically, it's so funny. Ek to Anam and me like collaborating, it was so funny because Anam is somebody who starts her day very early. Today also she started her day at like woke up at 7. She has been working ever since. It's like night time right now. And I am an owl that works post 12 AM, not PM, AM, okay? तो 3 बजे I'm like cold coffee बनाऊँ या black coffee बनाऊँ, क्या चाहिए मेरे को? And the first time we spoke, Anam was like कि मेरे को ना बहुत नींद आ रही है. I'm like half asleep. कल सुबह करते हैं इसको complete. And मेरे को लगा late हो गया होगा because I don't realize the time. No, मेरे को तो लगता है सब late ही हो गया. I looked at it as like 10:30. रात के 10:30 बजे. This woman's telling me she's done. And I was like, am I doing something wrong?
No, it's literally 8:58, and if you've seen me yawning a couple of times by now, that's my fault. By like 8:30, I'm usually in my pajamas reading a book. No, my normal dinner time is like 7:30 because I'll work out in the evenings. These days I've been working out in the evenings. वरना मैं सुबह में वर्कआउट करती हूँ, पर अगर मैं मेरा डिनर अराउंड 7:30, 8 maybe max. कब हो जाता है?
7:30 is time for coffee number 2. You decide. अभी I asked my mother to make me black coffee. She was making chai. I was shooting for something else. तो she's like कि मैंने बोला मम्मा ब्लैक कॉफ़ी बना दोगे? और मैं बड़े आराम से बोलती, अदरवाइज आई मेक इट खुद से, डांटनी पड़ेगी बोल के. तो ना शी सॉ माई कप, मेरा कोल्ड कॉफ़ी का कप साइड में रखा हुआ था. शी था ये क्या है? मैं कहा ये कोल्ड कॉफ़ी थी, अभी ब्लैक कॉफ़ी चाहिए. तो मम्मी वेंट लाइक तेरा अभी तक कप भी यहाँ रखा हुआ है, दैट्स हाउ सून यू वांट अनदर कप. To end this video, finally, to conclude, what is one career advice you would give to anybody who is willing to take a slightly more like unconventional career? Like, I don't believe in this unconventional pura idea, but let's go with that. What would your career advice to anyone watching be?
If you were looking at becoming a content creator, just come in with an open mind, try different things, see what works for you. Be sure of your voice, your personality, who you are. Don't come in and be like, I like her, I want to be like her. If
Yes.
you want to be like her or you want to be like him, then you will never surpass her or him. You will just, that will just continue to be your stuck ambition. Your ambition should be open-minded. Your ambition should be an idea of yourself that you visualize. And I kind of also want to say that experiment with things as much as possible. When I started out 8.5 years ago at this point, I think it is, I started out mainly with fashion and beauty, and over the years I've gone ahead and done travel, I do lifestyle, I vlog, which was a concept that, by the way, I have videos of mine from when I was 10 years old on a Europe trip with my parents where I'm vlogging, like my dad's holding
Lovely.
the cam and I'm like, today we're here and I'm doing a room tour, and my father was going through the footage and he was laughing, he was like, ये तो तू पहले से कर रही है. I said, हाँ, looks like
बच्चे
But
लक्षण दिखाना शुरू कर दे. Yeah.
नहीं ना उस टाइम पे ब्लॉगिंग आई
Yes.
थिंक मैं 2010 2011 में जब मैंने स्टार्ट किया, तो आई फील कि कीप एन ओपन माइंड. आई मीन टुडे one of my most well performing videos on my YouTube channel are videos of fun games and challenges that I actually play with my husband, and people love him.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like by extension, and that's so amazing. I love that. I have so much gratitude in my heart for the kind of love and the kind of rapport I see between them, even in the comments. So just be willing to try something new, to experiment, and understand that this space is about having your voice and sharing it. So don't morph your voice into someone else's voice. That should not be the case.
That's wonderful advice. And yeah, with this, we finally are concluding this video. It was a wonderful, wonderful chat. And trust me, Anam and I have these chats all the time in like chota pockets, and we do like, we talk about all sorts of stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. This was amazing, Anam. I love you. You know that. I'm so excited.
And I love you. You know that. She's
Yes.
a mini version of me. Like literally, I like we're the same person. I don't understand how this is possible, but it's possible and it's happening.
And it's nice. It does not bother us. We're actually very, very, very happy about it. It's nice to
Of course.
talk to somebody and you're like, oh, you know what, I get it. I get what you're saying. So that makes me happy. We also filmed another collaboration, which is a very fun makeup challenge. You can watch this video on her channel. Like, we literally timed our videos, they've gone together. I'm going to link her channel, her vlogs, and the collaboration, of course, that we've done. Pura description box, you'll find everything there. And yeah, I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye.